Hey, I'm Thomas, and yes, you may be noticing something very different. I'm wearing a different shirt.
Ow!
What is up, everybody? So yes, you may also notice that I'm in a little bit of a different location, different camera even, if you've really got that keen eye. For this video, we're in kind of like a transition stage. I figured it has been a while since my last Q&A. This might be a nice time to just answer a few questions from you guys using the hashtag ThomasAnswers. Sounds like Thomas Sanders, but it's Thomas Answers.
Okay.
I have Joan. You want to say hi?
Hello. Hello.
Look at you. Aww. So here we go. Hopefully you will learn a little more about me. What would be my dream pet? A dragon that acted like a dog, but was already trained, so I wouldn't have to train my dragon. I wouldn't want it incinerating any of my furniture. I would use it to fly around, to be a real chill dude. If I could speak 2 languages instantly, probably Spanish and French. There's tons of Spanish-speaking citizens here in America. We've got some French northern neighbors, and I'm also very interested in what they're saying on Telemundo. My favorite subject actually was chemistry. Science was just so cool, as Bill Nye probably said at some point in his life.
Science rules.
Science rules. I had a passion for like putting stuff together, which is real funny because I can't even cook. A chemist that can't cook, that's so backwards. That's really hard not to make a Breaking Bad joke right there. What was my first theater experience? Oh, actually, it was 7th grade. I performed in my middle school production of Macbeth, and I was Macduff. And it was cool because I got to be a 7th grade sword fighting victor at the end of that show. So that was always fun. It was juxtaposed from my regular awkwardness in the rest of middle school, because middle school was tough. So to actually like come out on top in a play was nice, and it was very addictive after that. I was like, I gotta keep acting. Out of the musicals I've done, which one did I enjoy the most? Probably Into the Woods. I was the Cinderella's prince, and I was also the wolf, and that was just so much fun to like be those characters. They're just so out there. And obviously I really enjoyed playing the prince because I still do it. If I could play any character in Hamilton, it would most likely be King George. His character matches my own personality quite well, except with the whole murderous tyrant thing. But he's funny! He's a funny gay! Where do I get all my costumes from? The main costume you might be referring to is the prince costume, and that actually I got when I was performing in Into the Woods. I borrowed it so often that the costumer was just like, you know what, just have it. Dad and Logic, they were composed mainly of clothes that I got from like Express. For Anxiety, the trademark jacket I got in LA. I was in a rush. I needed to get something for Anxiety real fast. So I went to a thrift shop and found this like XXL generic black hoodie. I got it like real cheap. That's the origin story of Anxiety's jacket. How did I get inspired to create the different Sanders sides? It started with one YouTube video where I wanted to kind of like illustrate the different aspects of my personality, and I figured the best way to do that would be by using the characters people knew me to portray on Vine. People responded to it so well, and I enjoyed that format so much that it kind of just kept going. Anxiety was introduced and was also supposed to be a one-off character. He was so popular that people wanted him to stick around. It's just been fun kind of like exploring the characters, fleshing them out a bit. Logic is Logan and Princey is Roman. Does that mean all the sides' names end with an A-N? No, not necessarily.
Which personality do you like to play the most? Which one is more fun? Bye!
Wait, don't go! Why are you leaving? The most satisfying is probably Anxiety, just because, for the simple fact that I have to save Anxiety for last. By the time we actually film those videos, a script has been formatted, so we go through all the characters' lines, every character's lines, all at once, so that there's not flipping back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You get through all of one character's lines all together. I've already done all the other characters and all their other lines before Anxieties, because he's got the eyeshadow, and it's, you know, it'd be really noticeable if I washed it off and had to play the other characters. By the time I get to Anxiety, I am exhausted. So, very much he just matches my actual attitude at the time. And he doesn't require a lot of movement or motion. He just gets to stand there and be dry and sarcastic and bitter. It's very therapeutic, and people love him. I think I'm married to several people on the web, so probably, yeah, sure, sign me up for another one. Which Disney character would I like as my sidekick? Okay, so I'm between two. Maybe Pegasus. The other one that I'm leaning towards is probably Stitch, because I feel like Stitch would just be that, your buddy, like your pal in any situation. Like, you could throw a party with Stitch. Stitch, we need to move this furniture out of the way. And he plays an instrument. He's just so versatile. You just have to put up with his mouth. Half the time you won't even know what he's saying. It's like Chewbacca. If I could live in one and only one fictional universe, what would it be?
Oh my goodness.
Would it be cliche to say the Hogwarts universe? You'd have to deal with like the Dark Lord, but actually it's 2017, so Voldemort would have been dead for quite some time now. They're good. Kingdom Hearts, that is a really good option. Traveling to different worlds. I don't know if I would want to deal with losing my heart. Kingdom Hearts is multiple universes. That's literally like asking a genie for 1,000 wishes. If I could have a superpower, what would it be? Shape-shifting, because then you could do anything. Anything! I just made a reference to my own musical. Who's my favorite character in Teen Titans? Beast Boy, of course. No offense to Tara Strong. I love Raven too. Beast Boy just is kind of like, I don't know, just my Patronus. I really like how ridiculously silly he is. And he shapeshifts. If I had a chance to choose the next Eevee evolution, what type would it be? Has there been one for just pure light? Oh my goodness, what about Trash Eevee? Garbage.
What Harry Potter character is your favorite, and why?
Favorite? Okay, definitely Luna Lovegood. She's just so weird and out there, and I identify.
I'm only 19. Why does my hip hurt?
I don't know. Maybe go get a massage or see a doctor. That's just my unprofessional medical opinion. Did I ever wear braces? And if so, what was my go-to color? I did wear braces, but then we had to take them off after a certain amount of time, I think 6 months to a year, because we couldn't afford them anymore. But I think when they asked me the color, I actually chose glow in the dark. It was a silly choice because you only got to see them glow in the dark very rarely in like the darkest of settings. I don't know. It just sounded cool at the time. If I had a choice now, it would probably be purple. Do I prefer hot or cold weather? Cold. Which is, why am I living in Florida? I don't know. Do I love everyone? I love everyone that has not given me a reason to not love them. Can this be my last question? No.
You just became president. What would be the first thing you do and why?
First thing I would do would be a game of laser tag in the White House. I shouldn't be president.
What's your favorite song to hear on ukulele?
My favorite song on the ukulele would probably be Somewhere Over the Rainbow by Iz, because it is super emotional and I love it so much. That or, you know, any Dodie Clark song. There's no correct answer. Cereal first or milk first, choose correctly, which is kind of counterintuitive to the fact that you said there's no correct answer. So, I'm a little bit of a catch-22. So I would probably say cereal, milk, then the bowl, and then the spoon. Any more collabs on the horizon? There is one in particular that I'm kind of excited about that we're just waiting to see the end product, so I'm excited about that one. My favorite thing about being a YouTuber, definitely having a platform to be able to use that for important social situations, personal things. It's really a cool opportunity to talk about, I think, what matters and make everybody feel included, that maybe traditional media is still getting to that place. And make people laugh, that's fun. That was my best/worst date. I don't know if I've ever had a worst date. I think they've all been pretty good. I've been very lucky. Best date, it was like we went out to a prairie. We watched the sunset and we listened to music on my phone. It was just really chill. I liked that. So you're asking, how do I ask out this guy that I love and you're super shy? First of all, been there. Second of all, I don't want to lead you astray. I'm very nervous about giving that kind of advice. I would say just be super casual about it and just kind of like, you know, play the field a little bit. Like just see like if you were interested or if I was interested, would you be down to like go on a little date? or something, or like, is there any interest there? Just play it very casually. The less pressure that you tend to put on the situation, the easier it is for both parties involved. That's one thing that makes me cringe about others. How easily people can speak about other people's experiences when they don't have an idea really of what that person's been going through. It's this, I mean, it's at the very root of like how you can speak about how somebody looks and how they behave, or something about them, because that person could be going through a lot of different things. They could be going through body issues or their own mental issues, and by saying one negative thing or speaking about them like they know them, you're setting them right back to square one with trying to be comfortable with themselves. What's my favorite kind of dog? All of them. Every single one of them.
What's it like, the one that you've helped so many people get through like tough times?
You're adorable, by the way. First of all, if I have at all managed to do that and helped you in any way, that's an absolute blessing for me. I know I say that so much, but it's so true. All I plan to do really is just make people smile, so I try to be funny. It's been wonderful being able to like talk about important things. I've gotten just wonderful messages from people being able to talk about body positivity and people whose voices just deserve to be heard, and making people smile when they need to have a smile in times that can be really tough. What I've always wanted ever since I was really young has been to like make that kind of positive difference. So it's an absolute blessing. And that is it! I really enjoyed those questions that you had to send out to me, you guys. Thank you so much for participating and asking those questions. I always enjoy like having you guys get to know me a little bit more. I'm also looking to go on tour, and right now I'm surveying people from the Philippines, New Zealand, and Australia. So if you are from there and you would like me to visit your city, please go to stagelink.com/Thomas-Sanders and vote for your city. And the link is in the description. Really happy that you've been enjoying the videos, and I hope to keep entertaining you with any of the future videos. Just to let you know, the plan, I think, is that we'll get Sanderside's videos out to you guys at least once every 2 weeks, because it requires script writing and all the editing that might be involved. Because of this little transition, we're aiming to post the next Sanderside's video on the 21st, so just a little bit of a delay, but not too much. Thank you so much to Joan for your help today. That was awesome. Our shirts almost match!
Oh, and we got...
Oh my goodness, mate! What? We didn't even plan this.
Coordinated.
Thank you all. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're interested in any of my previous videos, click over here. If you're interested in keeping up to date and subscribing, click over here. And if you're interested in becoming featured Fander, click over here. That's it, and until next time, take it easy, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Peace out.